Have you ever felt like there's something special about you? Like you're meant for something big, but you're not quite sure what it is? Well, you're right. You are special. You are chosen. And you have the power to grow in ways you never thought possible. This isn't about being better than anyone else. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. It's about growing in your spiritual rank. Now, you might be wondering, what does spiritual rank even mean? Don't worry, it's not as complicated as it sounds. Think of it like levels in a video game. The higher your level, the more you understand about yourself and the world around you. The cool part? Everyone can level up. That's right, everyone can grow spiritually. It doesn't matter where you start. What matters is that you begin the journey. Growing in your spiritual rank isn't about getting special powers or becoming a superhero. It's about understanding yourself better. It's about seeing the world more clearly. It's about feeling more connected to everything and everyone around you. When you grow spiritually, you start to see things differently. You start to feel differently, and that can change everything. Let's talk about why this spiritual growth stuff really matters. Imagine you're looking at a big, blurry picture. You can kind of make out what's in it, but the details are fuzzy. Now, imagine that picture slowly coming into focus. Suddenly, you can see everything clearly. The colors are brighter. The shapes make sense. That's what happens when you grow spiritually. The world around you starts to make more sense. But it's not just about understanding the world better. It's about understanding yourself better too. Have you ever done something and then thought, why did I do that? We all have. When you grow spiritually, you start to understand why you do the things you do. You start to see your own patterns. And once you see them, you can change them if you want to. Growing spiritually also helps you deal with life's ups and downs. Bad things happen to everyone. That's just part of life. But when you're growing spiritually, you have tools to handle those tough times. You might still feel sad or angry, but you'll be able to bounce back faster. You'll be able to find meaning in difficult situations. And that can make all the difference. Here's something really cool about growing spiritually. It doesn't just help you. It helps everyone around you too. Think about throwing a rock into a pond. The rock makes a splash, and then ripples spread out across the water. That's what happens when you grow spiritually. You change, and that change spreads out to everyone around you. When you're more at peace with yourself, you're nicer to be around. You might find that your relationships get better. You might handle conflicts more easily. You might even inspire other people to start their own spiritual growth journey. Without even trying, you could be making the world a little bit better just by working on yourself. And let's talk about how it feels. When you're growing spiritually, you start to feel more alive. Colors might seem brighter. Food might taste better. You might find yourself smiling for no reason. It's like you're experiencing the world in high definition. And the best part? This feeling can grow stronger the more you work on yourself. But here's the thing. Spiritual growth isn't always easy. Sometimes it can be uncomfortable. You might have to face parts of yourself that you don't like. You might have to change habits that you've had for a long time. It's kind of like cleaning out a really messy closet. It's not always fun, but when you're done, you feel so much better. And you have all this new space for awesome new stuff. So, how do you start this journey? How do you begin to grow in your spiritual rank? Well, it starts with you. It starts with getting to know yourself better. And I don't mean just knowing your favorite color or what kind of music you like. I mean really knowing yourself, understanding why you think the way you think, why you feel the way you feel. One simple way to start is by asking yourself questions. At the end of each day, take a few minutes to think about your day. Ask yourself, what made me happy today? What made me sad or angry? Why did I react the way I did to different situations? You don't have to write anything down if you don't want to. Just thinking about these things can help you understand yourself better. Another great way to get to know yourself is to try new things. When you step out of your comfort zone, you learn a lot about yourself. You might discover talents you never knew you had. You might find out that you're braver than you thought. Or you might learn about things you don't like, and that's valuable information too. In our busy world, it's easy to get caught up in the noise. We're always doing something, always on the go. But to grow spiritually, you need some quiet time. You need time to just be with yourself. This doesn't mean you have to sit in silence for hours. Even a few minutes can make a big difference. Try this. Find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. It could be your bedroom, a park, or even your car. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in, and then let it out slowly. Do this a few times. As you breathe, pay attention to how your body feels. Notice your thoughts, but don't judge them. Just let them come and go. Do this for a few minutes every day. This simple practice can help you feel more centered and calm. It can help you get in touch with your inner self, and the more you do it, the easier it becomes. You might even start to look forward to this quiet time. It can become a little oasis of peace in your day. Think of your mind like a mirror. When you look in a mirror, you see your reflection. When you look into your mind, you see your thoughts and feelings. But just like a mirror can get dusty and make it hard to see clearly, our minds can get cluttered with unhelpful thoughts and beliefs. Self-reflection is like cleaning that mirror. It helps you see yourself more clearly. And when you see yourself clearly, you can start to make changes. You can start to grow. Self-reflection isn't about judging yourself. It's about understanding yourself. Here's a simple way to practice self-reflection. At the end of each week, think about what happened. What did you learn? What challenges did you face? How did you handle them? What are you proud of? What would you like to do differently next time? You can think about these questions, write about them, or talk about them with someone you trust. The more you practice self-reflection, the better you'll get at it. You'll start to notice patterns in your thoughts and behaviors. You'll start to understand why you do the things you do. And that understanding is the first step to growth. As you get to know yourself better, you might start to notice things that make you different from others. Maybe you think about things in a unique way. Maybe you have talents that not everyone has. These differences are not something to be ashamed of. There's something to celebrate. You are unique. There's no one else in the world exactly like you. And that's a good thing. The world needs your unique perspective. It needs your unique talents. As you grow spiritually, you'll start to appreciate your uniqueness more. You'll start to see how your differences can be your strengths. But embracing your uniqueness doesn't mean thinking you're better than others. It means recognizing that everyone is unique in their own way. It means appreciating the differences in others just as much as you appreciate the differences in yourself. Growing spiritually takes courage. It takes courage to look at yourself honestly. It takes courage to admit when you're wrong. It takes courage to change. But most of all, it takes courage to be yourself, to be authentic. Being authentic means being true to yourself. It means not pretending to be someone you're not just to please others. It means standing up for what you believe in, even when it's not popular. It means expressing your true feelings, even when it's scary. At first, being authentic might feel uncomfortable. You might worry about what others will think. But the more you practice being authentic, the easier it becomes. And something amazing happens when you're authentic. You start to attract people who appreciate the real you. Your relationships become deeper and more meaningful. What you believe has a huge impact on your spiritual growth. Your beliefs shape how you see the world. They shape how you see yourself. They shape what you think is possible. So it's important to pay attention to what you believe. Some beliefs help us grow. They make us feel good about ourselves and others. They inspire us to be better. Other beliefs hold us back. They make us feel small and powerless. They make us afraid to try new things. Take some time to think about your beliefs. Where did they come from? Do they help you or hold you back? Remember, you have the power to change your beliefs. If you find that some of your beliefs are holding you back, you can choose to believe something different. For example, instead of believing I'm not good enough, you could choose to believe I'm learning and growing every day. Instead of believing the world is a dangerous place, you could choose to believe there is good in the world and I can be part of it. Changing your beliefs isn't always easy. It takes time and practice. But as you grow spiritually, you'll find that your beliefs start to change naturally. You'll start to see the world in a more positive way. You'll start to believe in yourself more. Growing in your spiritual rank is a journey. It's not something that happens overnight. It's something that happens little by little, day by day. Sometimes you might feel like you're making big leaps forward. Other times you might feel like you're not making any progress at all. That's normal. The important thing is to keep going. Remember the saying, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step? Well, your spiritual journey begins with a single thought, a single moment of self-reflection, a single act of kindness. These small things add up over time. They're like seeds that you plant. At first, you might not see any change, but if you keep nurturing those seeds, they'll grow into something beautiful. Don't worry about how far you have to go. Focus on taking the next step. Focus on growing a little bit each day. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small it might seem. Every step forward is a victory. Growing spiritually isn't just about looking inward. It's also about reaching outward. It's about connecting with others in meaningful ways. Think of these connections like bridges. They help you cross over to new understandings, new perspectives, and new ways of being. When you really connect with someone, you're doing more than just talking. You're sharing a part of yourself, and you're receiving a part of them. This exchange can teach you things about yourself that you never knew. It can show you different ways of looking at the world. It can help you grow in ways you never expected. But here's the thing. Truly connecting with others takes practice. It's not just about being in the same room or having a casual chat. It's about really listening. It's about being present. It's about trying to understand where the other person is coming from, even if you don't agree with them. One of the best ways to connect with others is to become a good listener. But we're not talking about just hearing words. We're talking about deep listening. This kind of listening means giving someone your full attention. It means putting aside your own thoughts and judgments for a while and really trying to understand the other person. When you listen deeply, you're not just waiting for your turn to talk. You're not thinking about what you're going to say next. You're fully focused on the other person. You're noticing not just their words, but their tone of voice, their body language, the emotions behind what they're saying. Try this. The next time you're talking with someone, challenge yourself to listen more than you speak. Ask questions that help you understand them better. Show that you're listening by nodding or saying things like, I see, or go on. You might be surprised at how much you learn and how much closer you feel to the other person. Another important part of connecting with others is empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. It's like imagining that you're walking in their shoes, seeing the world through their eyes. Developing empathy can be a powerful tool for spiritual growth. When you practice empathy, you're expanding your understanding of the world. You're seeing things from different perspectives. This can help you become more compassionate, more understanding, and more open-minded. Here's a simple way to practice empathy. When you're watching a movie or reading a book, try to really put yourself in the character's shoes. How would you feel if you were in their situation? What would you do? The more you practice this with fictional characters, the easier it becomes to do it with real people in your life. Connecting with others isn't just about talking. It's also about doing things together. Shared experiences can create powerful bonds between people. They can also provide opportunities for growth and learning. Think about a time when you worked on a project with other people. Maybe it was at school, at work, or in your community. You probably learned something new during that experience. Maybe you learned a new skill. Maybe you learned something about teamwork. Maybe you learned something about yourself. These shared experiences don't have to be big or complicated. They could be as simple as cooking a meal together, going for a walk, or volunteering for a cause you care about. The important thing is that you're sharing the experience with others. Growing in your spiritual rank isn't something that happens by accident. It takes intention and practice. But don't worry, this doesn't mean you need to make huge changes to your life all at once. In fact, some of the most powerful practices for spiritual growth are small, simple things you can do every day. Think of these practices like exercises for your spirit. Just like you might do push-ups to build your physical strength, these practices help build your spiritual strength. And just like physical exercise, the key is consistency. Doing a little bit every day is much more effective than doing a lot once in a while. Remember, the goal isn't to be perfect. It's to keep growing, little by little, day by day. Some days you might forget to do your practices, or you might not feel like doing them. That's okay. Just pick up where you left off and keep going. One of the simplest and most powerful practices for spiritual growth is gratitude. Gratitude means being thankful for the good things in your life. It's about noticing and appreciating the positive things, even when times are tough. Practicing gratitude can change the way you see the world. It can help you focus on the good things in your life instead of the bad. It can make you feel happier and more content. And the more you practice gratitude, the easier it becomes to find things to be grateful for. Here's a simple gratitude practice you can try. Every night before you go to bed, think of 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big things. Maybe you're grateful for the delicious meal you had, or for the friend who made you laugh, or for the comfortable bed you're about to sleep in. You can say these things out loud, write them down, or just think about them. The important thing is to really feel the gratitude. You've probably heard of meditation before. Maybe you've even tried it. But did you know that meditation can be a powerful tool for spiritual growth? Meditation is like a workout for your mind. It helps you become more aware of your thoughts and feelings. It can help you feel calmer and more centered. There are many different ways to meditate, but here's a simple one to start with. Find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. Focus on your breath. Notice how it feels as you breathe in and out. When thoughts come into your mind, and they will, just notice them and then gently bring your attention back to your breath. Try doing this for just 5 minutes a day to start. As you get more comfortable with it, you can gradually increase the time. Don't worry if your mind wanders a lot at first. That's normal. The practice is in noticing when your mind has wandered and bringing it back to your breath. Another powerful practice for spiritual growth is performing acts of kindness. These don't have to be big gestures. Small acts of kindness can have a big impact, both on the person receiving the kindness and on you. Acts of kindness can be as simple as holding the door open for someone, giving a genuine compliment, or helping a neighbor carry their groceries. The key is to do these things without expecting anything in return. You're not doing it to get praise or to make yourself look good. You're doing it simply because it's a kind thing to do. When you perform acts of kindness, you're not just helping others. You're also helping yourself. Acts of kindness can make you feel good. They can help you feel more connected to others. They can remind you of the good in the world. Try this. Each day, look for one opportunity to perform a small act of kindness. It doesn't have to be anything big or dramatic, just a small gesture that might brighten someone's day. Notice how it makes you feel. As you grow in your spiritual rank, you're going to face challenges. That's just part of the journey. Sometimes these challenges might feel like big obstacles in your path. You might feel stuck or discouraged. You might wonder if you're making any progress at all. But here's something important to remember. Challenges are not roadblocks. They're opportunities for growth. Every challenge you face is a chance to learn something new about yourself. It's a chance to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Think about it like this. If you're trying to build physical strength, you need to lift weights that are heavy enough to challenge your muscles. If the weights are too light, your muscles won't grow. It's the same with spiritual growth. The challenges you face are like weights for your spirit. They might feel heavy sometimes, but they're helping you grow stronger. One of the biggest challenges you might face on your spiritual journey is fear. Fear of change, fear of the unknown, fear of failure. These fears can hold you back and keep you from growing. But here's the thing about fear. It's often more scary in your imagination than it is in reality. When you face your fears, you often find that they weren't as big or as scary as you thought they were. And each time you face a fear, you become a little bit braver. Try this. Think of something small that you're afraid of. Maybe it's speaking up in a group or trying a new activity. Challenge yourself to face that fear. Start small. Take one tiny step towards facing that fear. Notice how you feel before, during, and after. You might be surprised at how good it feels to face a fear, even if things don't go perfectly. Another challenge you might face is the temptation to give up when things get tough. Growing spiritually takes time and effort. There might be times when you feel like you're not making any progress. You might feel discouraged or frustrated. This is where perseverance comes in. Perseverance means keeping going even when things are difficult. It means not giving up on your goals, even when you face setbacks. Perseverance is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Remember, Progress isn't always visible right away. Sometimes you're growing and changing in ways that you can't see yet. It's like planting a seed. At first, nothing seems to be happening, but under the ground, that seed is growing roots. It's preparing to sprout. Your spiritual growth is the same way. Even when you can't see the progress, it's happening. Setbacks are a normal part of any journey, including your spiritual journey. Maybe you'll slip back into old habits. Maybe you'll face a situation that shakes your faith. Maybe you'll make a mistake that you regret. When you face a setback, it's easy to feel like you've failed. But setbacks aren't failures. They're opportunities to learn and grow. Every setback has a lesson in it, if you're willing to look for it. When you face a setback, try this. Take a deep breath and remind yourself that this is part of the journey. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this setback help me grow stronger? What would I do differently next time? By looking at setbacks this way, you turn them from obstacles into stepping stones. Each setback becomes a chance to learn, to grow, and to become wiser. And that's what growing in your spiritual rank is all about. What you believe has a huge impact on your spiritual growth. Your beliefs are like the lens through which you see the world. They shape how you interpret events, how you react to situations, and even what you think is possible for yourself. Some beliefs can lift you up and help you grow. These are beliefs like, I am capable of learning and improving, or every challenge is an opportunity for growth. Other beliefs can hold you back, like, I'm not good enough, or things will never change. The amazing thing about beliefs is that you have the power to choose them. You can examine your beliefs and decide if they're helping you or holding you back. And if you find beliefs that aren't serving you well, you can choose to change them. The first step in harnessing the power of belief is to become aware of what you actually believe. Many of our beliefs operate in the background, influencing us without us even realizing it. Try this. For the next few days, pay attention to your thoughts, especially when you face challenges or new situations. What do you tell yourself? What assumptions do you make? These thoughts can give you clues about your underlying beliefs. For example, if you find yourself thinking, I could never do that, when faced with a new opportunity, you might have a belief about your own limitations. If you often think, people can't be trusted, you might have a belief about the nature of people that affects your relationships. Once you've identified your beliefs, you can start to examine them. Ask yourself, is this belief really true? Where did it come from? Is it helping me or holding me back? If you find a belief that's not serving you well, you can start to change it. This isn't always easy. Beliefs can be deeply ingrained, but it is possible. Here's a process you can use. Identify the unhelpful belief. Question it. Look for evidence that contradicts this belief. Create a new, more helpful belief to replace it. Look for evidence that supports your new belief. Practice thinking and acting as if your new belief is true. For example, if you have a belief, I'm not creative, you might challenge it by remembering times when you've come up with unique solutions to problems. You might create a new belief like, I have the ability to be creative in my own unique way. Then, you'd look for opportunities to be creative and celebrate your creative efforts, no matter how small. When you change your beliefs, you change more than just your thoughts. You change your actions, your reactions, and even the opportunities you see around you. It's like dropping a pebble in a pond. The ripples spread out, affecting more than you might expect. For example, if you start believing, I have valuable ideas to contribute, you might speak up more in meetings at work. This could lead to your ideas being implemented, which could lead to recognition and new opportunities. All from a change in belief. As you grow in your spiritual rank, you'll likely find that serving others becomes more and more important to you. This isn't about obligation or duty. It's about a genuine desire to make a positive difference in the world around you. Serving others isn't just good for the people you help. It's also a powerful way to continue your own spiritual growth. When you serve others, you step outside of yourself. You gain new perspectives. You develop empathy and compassion. You see the interconnectedness of all things. There's a special kind of joy that comes from giving without expecting anything in return. It's a joy that can't be found in getting things for yourself. When you give freely, whether it's your time, your skills, or your resources, you tap into something greater than yourself. This joy of giving isn't about grand gestures or huge sacrifices. It can come from small acts of kindness and service, helping a neighbor, volunteering at a local organization, or even just offering a listening ear to someone who needs it. All of these can bring that special joy. Everyone has something unique to offer the world. Your way of serving might be different from someone else's, and that's okay. The key is to find a way of serving that aligns with your skills, your passions, and your values. Maybe you're good with words, and you can serve by writing encouraging notes to people. Maybe you're handy with tools, and you can serve by helping fix things for people who can't do it themselves. Maybe you're a good listener, and you can serve by being there for people who need someone to talk to. Take some time to think about your strengths and what you enjoy doing. How could you use these to make a positive difference in someone's life? As you serve others, you'll find that you grow. And as you grow, you'll find new ways to serve. It's a beautiful cycle that can keep expanding throughout your life. For example, as you serve, you might discover new skills you didn't know you had. These new skills might open up new opportunities to serve in different ways. Or you might gain new insights about yourself or the world, which could lead you to serve in deeper or more meaningful ways. As we wrap up our exploration of growing in your spiritual rank, remember this: your journey is unique. There's no one-size-fits-all path to spiritual growth. The practices and ideas we've discussed are tools for you to use, but how you use them is up to you. Your journey of spiritual growth is just that, a journey. It's not a destination you reach and then stop. It's an ongoing process of learning, growing, and becoming. There will be ups and downs, challenges and triumphs. But each step of the way, you're becoming more of who you're meant to be. Remember, you were chosen, not because you're better than anyone else, but because you have a unique role to play in the world. Your spiritual growth isn't just for you. It's for all the lives you touch, all the people you serve, all the positive change you bring to the world. So take that first step. Start with one small practice. Face one fear. Change one belief. Perform one act of kindness. And then do it again tomorrow. Little by little, day by day, you'll grow. You'll rise in your spiritual rank. And as you do, you'll find that life becomes richer, more meaningful, and more beautiful than you ever imagined. Your journey of spiritual growth is calling. Are you ready to answer?